My name is Akinyi Odera. I am a consultant at Think Place Kenya. I currently do a lot of work in terms of leading projects, one of which is the ACK Kenya. So the Living Labs workshop is one of the activities that we proposed for the ACK Kenya scope. It adapts a different approach. If you look at how we've run the ACK project in Malawi and in Ethiopia, and in Mali as well, it's slightly different from how we want to do it in Kenya. So with the other countries, we haven't had the Living Lab concept, but in Kenya, we've got an idea to just bring to the room all the different stakeholders who are doing something in the maternal health sector in Kenya. And we do acknowledge that there's a lot of interventions already in place within health facilities, within community levels, within, say, something like chief's offices. There's quite a bit of work that's going on in terms of helping women to start using antenatal care services early, helping them to start desiring skilled birth attendants when they're ready to deliver, and helping them to start using postnatal care services within at least 48 hours after delivery, and following that up to the 6-week point where they start to access services like immunization and family planning, which we have seen have a really great traction amongst women across the 4 countries that we're operating in.
So my mission coming here was really for me to get a better understanding of what are some of the innovations that are already in place in Kenya. We want to be sure to identify different windows of opportunities or gaps in maternal and newborn health. What has already been tried, what has succeeded, what has failed, so that we are then able to design an intervention that we think will be impactful.
My mission in the Living Labs here is to be participating in this process of developing new models of care for antenatal care, services that they provide in different settings. So the main role I play is to help come up with different ideas and different ways of providing this care and encouraging women to access this activity of antenatal care.
Well, I'm here with the Living Lab people just to, look at some of the interventions that we are having with the community and with the health facilities to improve health, and to see how I can think differently about them to make them more responsive to the needs of the community. Yeah.
My mission in coming to the Living Labs was to really get inspired and to see some new ideas, to see where the ideas that we have might fit into the broader ecosystem and opportunities for future collaboration. So I was really hoping to come away feeling motivated to keep trying some new things and to learn a little bit more about how to prototype, how to think through the iteration or the ideation process.
So generally, the Living Labs has been able to bring stakeholders together and just help us to try to map out what are the different types of successful interventions. And additionally, what might we start to do to make sure that we are not replicating those interventions in Kenya, but we are coming up with completely new, completely disruptive ideas that will do a great job in terms of improving the maternal health indicators. We can definitely expect to develop things that have not been seen before. We are working in mind with making the maternal health services as easily accessible as possible, as simple as possible, as addictive as possible. So we expect absolutely transformative things that have not been done before, because the different players in the maternal health sector describe this as one of the places where a lot of donors have put in money, a lot of implementing partners have activated different types of interventions. But you'll hear in some cases that over 20 years we have seen nothing different, and we still have the same indicators as we did have a few years ago. So we are expecting to do things differently and make it transformative. I think that for the stakeholders in the workshop, it's been a very interactive, a very engaging process. We've managed to create a space where people can share what's in mind, share crazy ideas, give them space to individually think. There's definitely a lot of work that's still to be done before we actually roll out the interventions. We're just going to be able to refine the ideas that we came up with into a bit more developed concepts and a bit more developed prototypes before we go to field. So expect a little more, expect to see prototypes that will be surprising. You probably will not have seen them in the workshop, but you will see them in field. And I think the idea behind prototyping is for us to be able to create things that we can place in health facilities and that can be observable and women can interact with and can be able to share feedback about. So also expect to get this feedback from the women about what we found out while we were in the communities, while we were in the health facilities. And I'm sure that this will not only inform the ARC project, it will also inform your individual activities within each of your organizations.